etc. Guys, the Interview-A-Thon is happening right now. 24-hour live stream. We're 2 hours in. 28 more hours to go. I got my boy Tech over here drawing. Come hop in the cam real quick. Can you like stop what you're doing and hop in the cam? So I have this artiste. Happening working right now. Here, talking to the mic real quick.
What's going on, y'all? What's going on?
Tell the people, yeah, you can take the headset if you want to.
Hello, hello.
Let them know what you do, brother.
I'm a visual artist. I'm a MC. Just a creative, all around. Writing, drawing, painting, dance for a little bit, something. I don't know. Let me get creative. Let me get loose.
So the objective today was what?
In coming out and my portion of the interview.
Yeah, just what's happening today, what brings you through. I mean, I know we talked about it and I invited you through, but like, what's the objective today? We got different people doing different talents, et cetera, et cetera.
So in general, creativity is always the move to be able to utilize that or enact that in the world in some way.
Yeah, yeah.
So recently I've been wanting to amp up what I do with like digital art.
Right.
Like for the most part, I've been wanting to do some more stuff with just like sketching.
Mm-hmm.
And that was always with raw materials, paper, pencils, color pencil, marker. But I've been wanting to kind of ramp up some of the digital stuff. So I've got like the Procreate program. And within the past like month or so, I've been doing some more digital sketching. And I realized how to do like animated GIFs.
Yes.
In the Procreate program, which I did want to use.
Dope, yeah.
So like I kind of am coming out of like a little 3-4 month funk where I'm like getting active again. And I just dropped a 5-song EP about a month or so ago.
Titled?
Frank Lloyd Wright, which is playing off of the famous architect. He designed the Guggenheim Museum. And
Frank Lloyd Wright.
Frank Lloyd Wright. So like a lot of his designs and ideas are very interesting for a number of reasons, but I ran across some of his like architecture and sketching and blueprints and stuff like that. There was a book that he had compiled years ago that I thought was super fascinating and it just always stuck with me. And I was like, what if I did a play on his name and instead of Frank Lloyd Wright, how he usually spells it, it's like Wright. I was like, Frank Lloyd Wright, like with the pen, like writing, like Write. I'm the architect of the rhyme. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Right. And, yeah.
Like Frank Lloyd, right.
Yeah. So, I mean, I just, developed a project kind of loosely around that name or title.
So very quickly, if somebody's watching right now, I see 4 people in the chat. Thank you guys for tuning in, whether you're on YouTube or Twitch. Please, engage. We need you in the chat. We want to know what you think. Think about this guy. Think about me. Think about all of this, whether you're trolling, whether it's good, bad, whatever. We just want you in the chat saying whatever. If we could send the chat to like one song to check out, only one. They only got time to listen to one song. They're driving down the street. One song off that EP. What would it be?
So I dropped Adrian shot a video. You shot a video for me last year.
Okay.
It was called "Okay to Be Funky."
Yes. Fire video. Fire visuals.
So that's on YouTube right now.
Adrian
shot it.
My boy dancing and shit.
With the lovely Miss Ember. I got her out there, dancing. We had a cool mural that we shot. We did the shoot in front of in Concord, North Carolina.
Right.
So right down the road, there's a local mural and it says "Stay Funky" on it.
Stay funky, 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 funky.
Yeah,
we might can actually play this real quick.
Okay.
If you don't mind.
No, that's cool. I mean,
if you don't mind, my guy.
I released the video last year as a single.
What's your channel?
J.Payne Creative. It's crazy how buried shit will get on YouTube. Like
So many
you
people
can
are.
search for the
I might still
hashtag,
be a moderator.
or you might be able to look up the title of it. There it is.
J.Payne Creative, and this channel's for like music and artwork, or just
It's
like a.
kind of like I kind of did a blend of some stuff. I've got a couple of videos that kind of highlight some of my art, and then the music stuff. I probably should have them separated out. Some stuff for the music, some stuff for the art. But
I mean, build it up, shit.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. What's up, Sativa in the building? Look, we're giving away free stuff. I got my boy Jay. You want me to call you by Jason? Or you want me to call you by Ilte?
Either way, I mean, it's crazy because like
I don't know how to.
and I mean like this is
Click the
probably
link in my bio though.
this is horrible branding 101. I'll just walk you through the worst ways of not how to do shit.
Right.
My name is Jason, but I sign all of my pieces J.Payne.
Right.
And then like people will meet me and they'll call me just J or J.Payne. I'm like, I don't really go by like some people
J.Payne.
call me that, but it's like, I don't know. So and then like
So J.Payne or Ilte.
well, that's the thing. I mean, it's like
I'll say you go by J.Payne. Fuck it. Which are you branding more?
well, and again, it's like if I did a piece of art, I'm not gonna sign it ill tech. You know what I'm saying?
Right, 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 right.
Like, so and then if you were going to an ill tech show, you'd be like, I'm here for my man J.Payne. I'm like, well, that's me too. But like when I do music, my moniker is ill tech.
So do you need to switch your alias now, your artist alias?
Why do I have to combine the two?
No, you don't. You don't. I'm just
You know what I'm
asking.
saying?
I'm just asking.
Yeah. But it's like
You definitely don't.
it's
Because you got
like
actors, they have, totally different names, acting names, and they got their real names or artist names like you.
it's like I'm thinking about starting up an additional business that has nothing to do with either or. And it's like
Right, right, right.
you wouldn't look at my trucking business and be like, oh, that's Iltac Trucking. It's like, no, the name of the trucking company is something different. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's like, and then like authors might release a book under a pseudonym or whatever. Like
Right.
Stephen
Right.
King was doing a whole nother series under Richard Bachman. You know what I'm saying? Why he did that, I don't know. But I got the Iltac, I got the J.Payne shit. You know what I'm saying?
We got Mr. J.Payne
/ Iltac.
Iltech in the building, guys. I see you guys in my IG chat. Look, today is the Interview-A-Thon. We're going live for 24 hours nonstop, back to back. We're interviewing different people. I got my artist friend in here. He's drawing digital pictures. We got a dominatrix coming through. I got strippers coming through. I got other artists. I got models coming through. That's going to model some clothes. We're going to do some fit checks. A whole lot of everything going on. But if you want to see what I'm seeing, if you want to see the full screen, click the link in my bio, go to my YouTube or my Twitch. You can see the full screen. You can see what's going on in the background. We're about to hop into some games real quick. And yeah, we're giving away free prizes every single hour on the hour. We've given away 2 prizes, a Bluetooth speaker and a Bluetooth headset. So if you guys want to win that, you need to click the link in my bio and hop in my Twitch chat or my YouTube chat. Okay, Jason.
Yo.
J.Payne.
Yo.
Iltech.
Yo. All 3. It's applicable.
Let me give you some. Oh, wait. Let me give you some. Give me some noise. J.Payne. Oh.
Yeah, I'm like, got the air horns ready for me, man. Damn.
Hold on. Where is that? Oh, wait. It is playing. Hold on. I had it working. Oh, here we go.
Thank you. Too kind. For all 3 names that I go by. Thank you.
Oh, no, we're not laughing, but except for all 3 names. All right, so look, this is what we're doing. I'm going to plug my charger up first. My computer up first. All right, so first, do you want like anything? I got drinks over here. I got water. I got juice. I got oranges, tangerines. I got Coke. I got liquor. If you want to
My
shop,
man ready for that 24-hour lock-in.
anything, water bottle.
I'm good for now, man. Appreciate it.
Look, this is what we're gonna do. So I have these balls, cubes, whatever you want to call them. So what we're going to do. So what do you want to talk about? Topics, current events?
Bro, to me, like, the conversation is like always the dopest. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, I just want to have dope conversations with people, but obviously you have other. Okay.
So look, we have these blue balls. We have these color blue balls. So we have these different color balls, and this is kind of going to guide me through my live streams throughout the whole day, depending on who I'm with or what's going on. And if you guys want to see this, click the link in my bio, go to my YouTube. So look, we have these blue balls. So look, you're going to choose one, and it's going to let us know what we're about to do. So you just squeeze in the center, or you can do it that way.
All right, what we got
It's
here?
not nothing too complicated.
Fit check.
Yes. So basically, we're about to hop into a fit check. Basically,
I got a snapback on. I can't even do the question proper.
So basically, what
check.
we're gonna have you do? We have another mic right here. We're gonna have you stand up. You're gonna do a fit check and just like talk to us about what you have on, the brands, why you chose to wear this shirt, why you chose to wear the shoes. Even if you weren't really thinking about it, just talk about your fit. And that's what this is.
All right. You said I got to stand up?
Yeah, stand up so they can see, you know, that you can just lift up your foot once or twice so they can see like your shoes or whatever the case may
Take the
be.
headphones off, keep them on.
You can take them off. They can hear you. Just talking to this mic when you're talking. You can raise it up too.
Congratulations. I got the most generic fit of everybody come through today.
Bro, you never know, bro, what's going to come through.
Y'all got strippers coming through. I got the local coffee shop shirt on and shit. And my motherfucking work shorts and shit.
Swift Daddy, what's up? Hop in the chat. My YouTube chat or my Twitch chat. Okay, what you got on today, bro?
Man, I mean, I think the most relevant piece of gear that I got on is my local coffee shop shirt, man. Support Verb Coffee. That's a Concord-based company. I live in Concord, so I'm right up the street from Charlotte. Local coffee shop, man. Local owners. They make super good food. So to me, man, if I can get something local or organic, or the owners have something, you know, additional with the extra step that they take in terms of like sourcing local ingredients or freshness, I think that's huge, man. We live in a world where like everything's commodified and packaged and branded and shit. And I mean, this is branding too, but like it's a local company. The people are super dope. They just opened up another coffee shop in Concord. They're roasting their own beans, quality food, man. And it's crazy because like I've been going to this spot sometimes like every day for breakfast, and there ain't too many like aspects of community maybe that I always plug into. So I at least go into this spot and I, you know, see people that I'm on a first name basis with and shit like that. So yeah, man, supporting that brand.
So we got the shirt. Okay. What we wearing on the head? You already talked about it, but
got a what's it, Carhartt joint. You know, luxury hat brand with a little, you know, little funky colors and flavor to it, little camo top.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So I had an art show, I think about a year or so ago, and picked me up the cap. Try to get some dope headwear. I didn't used to be a hat guy, but I ain't really rocking with too much up here no more.
So do you shave your head now, or does it come in? Okay.
I let it grow out for like sometimes up to a week. And then I'm really wearing the hat because I look like shit. So, you know what I'm saying? I try to just do a buzz cut. I don't do a full shave.
Right.
Just, you know, buzz it. Yeah, man. I mean, other than that,
got some shorts.
I'm a fucking mover. You know what I'm saying? I get busy. I sweat it out. So I got some damn old duddy motherfucking, you know, fit check. I got some Garbo shorts on, bro. These are the moving shorts, man. I thought I was gonna do some.
I like that. I'm gonna take that.
Some labor stuff later on the day, man. So I, put on the work shoes.
Okay.
Cheap Asics, man. I got the $40 Asics, Concord Mills,
Hey,
$40 Asics.
They don't know about the Asics, the
40
comfort,
$40.
the comfort, the support, all of that.
That's
Asics,
right.
If you're a true runner like me, Asics, we get it in with the Asics.
Running for film. My man ran across the country.
Exactly.
Why there only 4 people? Why there only 5 people in here, man? My man ran across the country, man. He's doing stuff for film. He's doing stuff for music.
Right.
Come on, man. Y'all tap in with my man. Stop bullshitting.
Right. Real runners, you already know. 24-hour live stream going down right now. Interview-A-Thon. Please click the link in my bio. Go hop in my YouTube chat and my Twitch chat. We're doing a whole lot of different things. Right now, we're doing a fit check.
We're doing a fit check. I got a belt on. It's like 10 years old. It probably stinks. My fit check is garbage right now. Ill tap. J.Payne, whatever you want to call me. I got an old ass belt on. This shit stinks. I need a new belt. A new belt, man.
All right.
Word up.
Fit check. Okay. What are we doing next?
All right. Next. Do I gotta go blue balls again, man? Can I get a purple ball, man?
Well, so this is for a certain segment.
Oh,
so you gotta choose
that segment. Yeah.
All right. I think I put the fit check back in there. So I was hoping you pick it again so I could just get it out.
Don't make me go through my gear.
Squeeze the middle.
All right.
I think. Please don't be complicated either.
Wow, we can't get into some complicated stuff, man. Music review.
Music review. Okay. All right, this is what we about to do. We about to play the Stay Funky music video.
Okay to be funky.
Okay, the Okay to be Funky music video. If you're watching, I don't know if you're watching. No, we're gonna watch this regardless.
Okay.
Would you rather review other people's music or do you want them to review your music if they're in there?
I mean, if it gives a chance to highlight the video, you shot it. I mean,
okay.
Okay,
so look, we're about to play the music video. If you're on Instagram, hop into my YouTube and my Twitch so you can see what's going on.
And this is on the new project, Frank Lloyd Wright. Funky.
And if y'all end up watching this later, in the comments, let us know what you think.
It's okay to be funky. It's okay. You might turn up your nose. It's just the beat that I'm bumping. That down in fresh clothes. I could be fresh out the shower, have me on some essential oils. Be funky as if my drawers were soiled.
Ember, yeah, like
work, no unemployment. Bringing sweat out of my undertee. Be funky like from under cheese. Speak with such profundity. Gold mines ain't no fun for me.
What was this? I mean, I know it's last year, but like what?
Right at home. Beat from live right in the zone. Put that clothespin on your nose. Bass heavy head, not overdose. Face wrinkled, you smell something gross. This mega brain Coltrane Holy Ghost. Whoever smelt doubt, let your homies know. It's okay to be funky. You might turn up your nose. It's just the beat that I'm bumping. That down in fresh clothes. More hard to base, more to scrunch face. Jumping bars like it's part of a crumb cake. Streaming is great, but really did love tape. Dropped a lot of bread, now available for chump change.
And they were freestyling too.
Thank you to my 2 listeners. The funk to me do be intuitive. On this EP, funky tracks, 2 of them. I'ma go hard no matter the medium. Eating up beats cheap, got a greedy tongue. New consumers speak Tweedledee, Tweedledum. Need a crate digging, brothers so to know where I'm from. Hit the break, grind me, slide the tactics. I'ma rhyme on it, you limey bastards. Is that how you feel, bruv? The nerve of this prick.
Oh my gosh, y'all go check that out. It's okay to be funky. It's really okay. Let us know what y'all think in the chat. Whether if you're in here right now, you can drop a comment, or if you happen to see this later on, please leave a comment and I will be sure to relay this to Iltech. Let us know what you think. Rate the video 1 to 10, rate the song 1 to 10, or just give us feedback. All right, next.
All right. here. Drum roll, man. Got the drum roll. Fit check. I already told y'all about my black gear, man.
So I'm gonna go this time.
All right, Adrian getting the fit check in.
Where did that go? I'm not gonna put it back in. Fit check. All right. Hey, nice. Yes, sir. What's good, brother? All right. So I'm also rocking some local custom gear.
Local support is heavy in the
For
building
sure.
right now.
All right. Okay. All right. I'm a little shorter than this guy, but how tall are you?
6'4".
6'4"? Really?
Yes, sir.
Dang. I never knew that. All right. So me, I'm Adrian Nice, host extraordinaire. You know what I'm saying? That's with a Y, not an I. Yeah. All right. So look, first I got my frames. These are, this is, I don't know the name, but it cost $100. Frames be costing so much. And then I got Wavy Vision. It's a local street brand out here in Charlotte, the Carolinas. Y'all make sure y'all tapping with them. Wavy Vision. You can search them right now, get this hoodie, anything like that. We'll be giving away one later today. Then I got the Ross sweats. I got this from Ross. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead and give it. Yeah. And then I got the Puma slides on. The Puma slides.
That was a Ross buy too.
This was a Ross buy.
Yes.
This was a Ross buy too. You hit the nail on the head for sure. This was a Ross buy. And then I got the Wrangler socks on. We ready to go.
Okay. Nice.
Yes, sir. And that was the fit check by Adrian Nice. All right.
You got people watching the stream like looking at their own shit. Like,
What do I got on?
what's my fit check? Yeah.
All right. Let's keep it moving.
All right. Drum roll, drum roll. Talk about current events.
All right, now we get to hop into the purple.
Oh, what is this? Are we blending the colors?
No, so
You,
basically,
you said I don't want to talk about nothing going on right now. I don't really want to talk about.
nah.
none
So
of this shit.
basically, if you choose a certain thing, it goes into a.
It's
different
like the
certain
specific focus. of-
Exactly.
okay.
Exactly. All right, so yeah,
This is the current events bucket.
and we'll keep it going with the current events for a little while. What's the first thing we got?
Drum roll, drum roll.
I wish they had like a. That's like a joke.
Wow.
What's it say?
Cash App founder killing.
Okay, good way to start off the topics.
All right.
So for those of you who may not know, the founder of Cash App recently was killed. What do you think about this? And
Well,
did you hear about this?
Vaguely familiar that it even happened, but I haven't really like done a deep dive into it.
Yeah, so basically, the founder, I want to say, was outside of his apartment complex. Dude walks up to him, stabs him.
Wow.
Stabs him. He didn't die instantly though. I think they said he was like outside asking for help from people on the inside of the apartment complex, but I don't think anybody helped him, or it was maybe too late. But so what do you think about that first? Do you think that's too convenient? Because I know you're conspiracy.
Oh, Lord.
Do you think that was too convenient? Like you think like the government's trying to get him, or do you think it just happened? Just coincidence, wrong place, wrong time.
I mean, I guess it would be a lot of speculation on my part to say what happened for sure. I mean, I feel like we're moving towards digital currencies regardless.
Right.
That's kind of just the direction that we're going in. So there's already certain interests and parties that have a large stake in the currencies that are out there or the way that those currencies are utilized at this point in time.
Right.
And depending upon how you want that to go, if you're in control of maybe certain of those, companies or interests, um, maybe you're a very ruthless person, or you run with a squad of ruthless people. You know what I'm saying?
So
I wouldn't put it past any, powers that be.
So it's funny that you bring that up.
Now we're going to the orange bottle. The orange.
It's funny that you bring that up because right after he died, maybe a couple of days later, the government, the U.S. Federal Reserve, announced they're going to release their own digital currency that is going to basically, it's all in motion to kind of get rid of like money, taking a step forward to just move everything towards digital finance and everything like that. People are like, oh, they took out this nigga to because he was in a way of what their plans for their digital currency and everything like that.
I don't put it past any of these motherfuckers.
Right.
I mean, I'm not very well versed in digital currencies, but
right.
I mean, from what I understand, like one of the first kind of like OGs of what digital currency even looks like would be PayPal.
First damn show.
So, like, I mean, if you're running a very small company, that can take a lot out of you.
Right.
A small company.
Right.
If you start scaling up, maybe you could run several businesses, but you need a lot of help to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're outsourcing outside of yourself to maneuver and grow, to be able to operate how you need to and do it correctly. So, like, look at a guy like Elon Musk.
Right.
How the fuck is that dude able to do the shit that he's
a robot?
To
he's
do?
An alien.
That's what I was getting at. Is basically, he's actually AI from the future.
I mean, but divide
me,
and conquer, though. Divide and conquer. If all he has to do is just think and talk, and then everybody else does the, quote unquote legwork.
Sure, you can be part of a board of directors or something where you don't necessarily have to be super involved with each industry. You have enough knowledge of a base knowledge of that industry or connections to finance where you don't have to be directly involved.
Or even if he is, like, even if he's just like, say they're about to build a robot, all he has to do is be like, hey, you do this, you do that, you do that, you do this.
He can help direct capital and resources and put it towards certain companies. So I'm not just necessarily saying that just because you do have your a bunch of irons in the fire that you can't be involved and grow out all these things. You can, you know what I'm saying, with the right team or group of teams. But what I was getting at was I don't think a lot of people know that Elon was one of the original founders of PayPal.
Ooh, okay.
So like, and then it was like a very small group of individuals that that was their brainchild or whatever with PayPal. So like, if you start looking at some of the other guys, obviously people know a lot more about Elon.
Right.
But are you familiar with the other people that were involved in what PayPal is or was? So if you start looking at those cats, it's very interesting the things that they're involved in. And
what are they doing now?
I mean, there's a dude named Peter Thiel who has a lot of government contracts and is involved in a lot of other tech and stuff like that. And it's interesting that they used to dub themselves the PayPal Mafia. So usually Mafia, they might take people out. I don't know. Maybe I'm just putting two and two together here. It shouldn't be. I don't know. Anyway, it's just like when you get money and power on a scale like that, I don't know. People do interesting things to make sure they get what they want.
Money changes everybody for sure. We'll make you do some dumb stuff.
For sure.
Right. Let's keep it moving.
Lost one. Drum roll. Chloe Bailey album sales. No help from Beyonce. You got to fill me in on some. I don't know. I got you.
I'm about to put you on. I'm about to put you on. Okay. So Chloe Bailey. Chloe Bailey. All right, let me see if I put the link in here. Chloe Bailey.
No help from Beyonce.
No help from Beyonce.
Mm.
All right, so check this out. Chloe Bailey. So Beyonce, you know who Beyonce is, right? So basically, she signed two artists. They're sisters, Chloe Bailey, and another one's name is Haley Bailey. She's the Little Mermaid. She's going to be the Little Mermaid. You're making fun of her name.
I like rhymes. Rhymes are always fun.
Yes, Haley Bailey is her name, but she's going to be the Little Mermaid. But Chloe, she's more of the. They both sing and do music, and she signed them both as like musical talents. But Chloe's like the standout. You know what I'm saying? Like you know how Beyonce was in a group of three, but Beyonce was obviously the standout. That's how Chloe is. But Chloe recently dropped her album, and it only sold 10K units, which is horrible. You know, it's good for us because we don't, you know.
Yeah, like wow, she's a superstar.
But I mean, a good number would be like 70K or something like that.
Okay.
And but they're grilling Beyonce because she didn't post it at all. She didn't give her no help promotion wise
Is she
or
under her
nothing.
label or
And she
something like that?
signed to Beyonce.
I mean,
What do you think about that?
again,
First,
it would be a lot of speculation on my part because I wasn't even familiar with the artist.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like there's internal struggles that go on with certain labels or in certain industries. You know, like even me speaking on the digital currency thing.
Right.
It's like if you're not really plugged into those industries, it's really kind of hard to say what's going on behind the scenes.
Mhm.
Um, so I just kind of made I was alluding to what may happen when certain, money and power is involved, you know, in
Right.
terms of like the digital currency thing, even within the record industry. I mean, like, my man that you interviewed last, he was like, yeah, now that I know kind of like what's going on with certain Hollywood weird shit, it's like, it's really hard to tell, man. It's like people play favorites. People want to see certain artists succeed and other ones not.
Do you think Beyonce should have helped promote her album?
I mean, damn, a tweet or something wouldn't,
That's what everybody's saying.
wouldn't
Like,
hurt.
damn, just
You
a
know,
repost, like
something.
something
Yeah,
would have got her an extra 5K, maybe.
it's hard to say, man. With those internal power dynamics
So,
of,
so you think she might be trying to just keep her where she is?
bro, it's hard to say, man. It's
We
hard
just
to,
speculating.
yeah, it's speculation, man. I mean, like, yeah,
It's
I
like,
could
yeah.
keep, I could keep going on, but we'll go to the next ball. Drum roll,
Maybe there's a drum roll.
purple ball. AI voice recreation.
Are you familiar with this at all?
I think the AI question is very interesting.
Okay, well, let me see. Okay, I didn't put that shit on here either. But basically, this is going to maybe I can pull it up. Basically, what's happening now is so we know basically these companies, these AI companies, are now able to recreate artists' voice and make songs with their voices. So like what's been going viral now is Drake was singing the Ice Spice song. You thought I was feeling you, oh you much. You know that song at all?
Her like hit or whatever.
Yes, her hit. So, but it's the AI that sounds just like Drake, but they're singing the song, and they're doing it for everybody's like hits. So you have like Michael Jackson performing like a weekend song, or like Kanye, but it sounds just like them, et cetera, et cetera. So now the labels are asking that the streaming services don't accept.
The AI versions.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it's,
What do you think about it?
I mean, like,
Here it goes.
I don't need to hear it.
I mean, well, I mean,
I didn't know if you were going to play it or whatever, but
I was gonna play it, but or if it was there, but you know what Drake sounds like, so I want
yeah.
like it's crazy how close that shit is.
I mean, the technology is definitely getting to a level that's like almost scary
Right.
in a way because it can do so much.
Right.
But I
Like
mean, like
GPT chat.
take take the tech out of it to where we are with the tech. There's been a conversation around what even rights are sort of afforded to artists when it comes to things like copyright and stuff like that. Like these are conversations that have been a back and forth thing for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, uh, and again,
Guys, I see 3 people in the Instagram. Hop on over to our YouTube page and hop in the chat so you can see what we got going on. We got a YouTube and a Twitch going on. The links are in the bio. Click the link so you can see the full thing of what's going on, not just the vertical view. Keep going.
um, with the other questions that we've just hit on or whatever, like not to harp on this too much, but I just think it's really interesting when you start talking about money and power. What does that mean? What sort of energies, what sort of reality is there to what money and power can even be? You know what I'm saying? Like
I guess it's different for everybody, right?
it's different. Well, I think that there is a reality. There's what we perceive every day,
Mhm.
and then there's all these things that we can't see or things that we don't understand. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But there are people that have money and power that possibly believe in things way different than what you or I believe.
For sure.
When it comes to music contracts,
Okay.
you will see things in that contract that don't even make sense.
Right.
If we're all agreeing on what reality is,
And they telling you to just goddamn.
how in the fuck can you engage in a music contract where within that contract they will be talking about your likeness
Yeah.
and what they can do with your likeness throughout the universe?
Yep. Yep.
Throughout the universe.
Right.
What the fuck does that mean? You
Anywhere
know,
we go, we using that like
that's fucking crazy.
in the future.
That's
Because
fucking crazy.
I mean, but I guess they're like, in the future we might have space jets. We might be in Mars.
let's
We still got like,
let's
right to use
say
your like.
I'm just throwing this out there. Let's say we can't even get off this fucking planet.
Okay.
All right, I'm just humor me for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say we can't leave this planet
Hypothetically.
hypothetically, but within the realm of what the universe is, if there's a whole nother dimension to what's possible even on this earth, let's talk about the metaverse thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can't leave, but the energy is just retranslated or made into another avenue for people to access or for your maybe soul or spirit to go or whatever,
Right.
what if that contract keeps you in some future version of what the metaverse is?
Right. Because like I think I seen a post recently saying like by the end of the year we'll be allowed or we'll be able to like upload our consciousness to like fucking tech and shit.
I mean, like, you familiar with Burning Man?
Yeah.
Bro,
I remember you talking. Go ahead.
all the people that go out to burn a good portion of the people that are involved in like Silicon Valley in the tech industry, they go out to Burning Man. They're encouraged to go out there and do psychedelics.
Let's talk about your experience.
Oh Lord.
Let's talk about your last experience and your last trip. Where did you go? And let's talk about it.
I mean,
This man went solo dope.
I don't even really know how much I want to get into this right now, but I will
Give us a brief overview.
I
of
mean,
just what
look,
went down.
man, there are, certain festivals and things that take place all over the world,
Right.
and people go to have a good time. You know what I'm saying? Or to escape or whatever. I'm good, thank you.
Uh-huh.
But I feel like places
Okay.
can be charged with energy. You know what I'm saying? If you go to a waterfall or you go to a beautiful place or a space, you maybe feel something there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or you have a certain memory attached to there.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Ancient peoples had sacred sites and special places that they went to worship or to interact with certain energies.
Lavish Ace, what's up? Keep going.
So um you can look at certain church sites in like Europe and stuff, and the sites on which those churches would be built, they used to be old pagan sites.
Right.
So it's like, at some level, certain people within the church know that that site is charged with certain energies or
Right.
whatever, and they decided to place that in the same place.
Right.
So
Thinking they could get rid of it.
if certain places or harness or access,
Or yeah,
it
harness
could
or
be it
accent.
could
You're right, you're
be
right, you're
it
right.
could be either
Right,
or.
right, right,
You
right.
could be trying to cancel out the previous energies if it was a bad or negative energy, and
Mhm.
repurpose that site for positive energy, but they're aware that that energy was there.
For sure.
So it's like, um it could be certain campgrounds or festival sites or whatever also are used for certain energies.
Lavish Ace says sitting by the water brings in a lot of positive energy. Meditation is best.
For sure. Definitely.
Mhm.
Um and
So
when
this campground that you went to, do you feel like it was what
mo
type of energy do you think was there?
I'll say this. At this particular spot, there's a large number of festivals that
Okay.
occur,
Different ones.
different versions of or different gatherings
Right.
on this particular spot. And then like these events may take place during like a solstice or an equinox.
Mm,
These
like a
are
special time in the
There's a
year,
special time,
a
and
significant date and
there's
time.
things going on in the cosmos,
Right.
So it's like, if you go to a specific place that's charged with certain energy already, and then the date or time when that place, when all these people are converging on this place, if there's also something going on astronomically or astrologically that further charge, that energy or that gathering. I'm not saying that it's always a negative thing.
Right.
It can be a
It
great
can be a
thing.
positive. Yeah, for sure.
There's a meeting of minds, and there's a meeting of energies that take place in this spot. So in terms of like Silicon Valley and the tech guys, they'll go out in the middle of the desert to this one particular place, and they're taking drugs that are going to take them out of their body and out of their mind.
Right.
And then like they
Different
go
dimensions.
different dimensions. These guys maybe go and get insights on how to maneuver the tech.
So you think we're gonna read this comment real quick. It says, yeah, different areas. It has to be a peaceful area to get that positive, peaceful energy. And then she says, he is speaking big facts. So you think these tech guys, or whoever the case may be, they go to these places, they take these drugs, and then while they're high or on the drugs or whatever, they're having these out of body experiences, which is taking them to a different dimension or somewhere else where they're getting advised on what to do, or potentially talking to a different spirit, mind, whatever.
Yeah, possibly, yeah.
That'd be crazy. I need some wisdom. I
I,
need some divine wisdom, guy.
I mean, like,
That's interesting.
this is a random example, but like either like J.C. Penney or Sears or whatever, supposedly the founder of one of those department stores, he like went for a walk in the woods, and like, he was like, oh, maybe I can do this or open up this store or whatever. So like,
But maybe it's just like,
look, there are
because I do the same stuff and I get ideas and I have epiphanies about things. I think it's just like intense thinking and critical thinking
sure,
type of
and
thing.
sometimes interfacing with nature can allow you to lose the constraints of society. You can
For sure.
step away from it and get a fresh perspective on everything.
Right.
So I don't think we're talking about anything crazy as far as that. It's just
Okay.
like you go away, you have a chance to center yourself, be in nature, and maybe you can come to a different conclusion that you wouldn't have before. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But like, what are psychedelics?
Mm.
What are they?
What are they, guys? What are they?
Why are they being pushed and more available now than ever? You know what I'm saying? Like some of these different shamans and tribal leaders and stuff like that that would ingest these things, I think we lose exactly what the concept it is of what they are doing, or the wisdom they have, when we do some of those things ourselves. In the West, we got it fucked up. We'll think that we learned something and we'll like, oh, I know how to do this now, or like I can take this and do it in my own way.
Right.
It's like, you know,
Just by looking at somebody do it once type shit or watching a YouTube video. Go
yeah,
ahead.
you maybe try to take something away from that and you get it wrong.
Right.
Like if you look at what Mexicans do with Coronas, right?
Mm.
They'll put a lime in the top of the bottle to keep the flies out. In America, we're like, yo, put it inside the beer. And if you put your thumb in and you turn it upside down, now the whole thing tastes like lime. That's great.
That's what I thought it was for.
It tastes fucking good. And I've done that a lot. And I did it so much that the acidity in the citrus will fuck your stomach up.
Yeah.
You ain't supposed to keep doing that over and over and over again. That's not even what they do. They put the
But
lime in the top to keep the flies
But
out
it's
of the
for
beer.
the flies. It's
That's
for the flies. I didn't know
mainly
that.
not to say that there's not Mexicans that damn put the lime
There's
in there
different
'cause
uses
it
for
tastes
it, but yeah.
good. Yeah. But it's just like that's one small example of ways that we look at something else that another culture does and maybe twist it or turn it or whatever. And we're just talking about a fucking beer. Now, if you ingest some shit that's gonna make you shoot you off in another
She
fucking
said she thought the
dimension,
same thing as far as the flavor goes and everything.
it's great. It tastes very good, you know? But
Now, is that what you would call being like a culture vulture, or no? Not quite.
I mean, like, I think the term culture vulture is interesting because there are people that are that and they take it to the extreme.
Or would you have to be like making money off of it? I guess.
That's another component of it too.
Got you.
You know
Keep
what I'm
going.
saying? Like, people will take their own bias of what a culture vulture is and put that on other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because I'm white, a lot of people, just because I love just because I like hip hop and
Uh,
integrate with hip hop, certain people will say that I'm a culture vulture.
just by liking hip hop.
Or just being white and trying to participate in the culture. Like I don't understand it, or I could never fully be
If
like
anybody understands it, guys, this guy understands that shit. Just letting y'all know. But keep going.
But like it's so crazy to participate in another culture, what another culture does,
Right.
because there's so much that we can learn from each other. But you have to fully come from that place of love and understanding to really like take that wisdom and receive it.
Yeah.
And you know, and so like with psychedelics, we're starting to move into a sphere of like monetizing that. And when you bring money into the equation, it changes everything.
Yeah, like they got microdosing mushrooms and stuff that they're selling and stuff like that.
And so like as far as microdosing goes, you're supposed to do it to receive profound insights into yourself or, how to interact with the world. And microdosing culture is getting to the place where, like, out in Cali and shit, you got like lawyers that like are microdosing.
It's like Adderall type shit. They're
It's-
using it.
They're
You know
using
what
it
I'm saying?
like a daily
Yeah, go
thing
ahead.
or whatever. And like,
That's not what it's for.
we could definitely be utilizing it in the wrong way. We're trying to put our own context or whatever on it. And it's like some of these plants or medicines are looked at as sacred. And there's a certain way to like prep yourself to even to ingest them or whatever. Like, you familiar with ayahuasca?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's supposed to be like, if you're ingesting these things, you're supposed to be expanding your mind or expanding your consciousness. You would think that you would just continue to get more and more enlightened the more that you would do it.
Yeah.
I mean, like, some of these celebrities have done ayahuasca 7, 8,
Like
9 times.
Mike Tyson.
Will Smith.
Will Smith.
You know what I'm saying? Like Chappelle. Like, I'm not, throwing anybody under the bus, but I'm just saying, like, you can get profound insights the more that you do it. And each time you can maybe, understand more and more about the universe, but you can also maybe make yourself more and more lost by continuing to just go further down this rabbit hole.
You think that's what like crack is like?
With, I want to say with every
Crack, heroin,
with
all that type shit.
all of those different
Hard drugs.
sorts of hard drugs, people have different interactions with what could be considered spirits or entities or stuff like that. Like, I heard like people that do a lot of meth, they be seeing like dark entities and shit like that.
That's
Like what the
crazy.
fuck? When you see somebody on the street corner and they're like having a conversation with themselves, is there somebody there?
Right. I'll be thinking that. I'll be like, damn, is he like low key, like really talking to somebody?
I mean, like, so let's say our own physicality deceives us in some kind of way. Like, you familiar with Parkinson's disease?
Mhm.
So like most of us know it by like the shaking or whatever. Like if you get Parkinson's, you shake a little bit, you might lose motor control of your hands or whatever per
Right.
se, right? My grandma had Parkinson's, and that was the only thing that I knew about it was the shaking and shit, right? So my mom, like after she passed, in my mom's office, I seen that she had a book on Parkinson's. So I was just like, all right, and I like flipped it open and started looking at it. So like our eyes produce dopamine, like
Hmm.
our retina and certain parts of our eyes actually produce dopamine.
Okay.
We trying to do drugs to get the dopamine. I want the dopamine. Can I please get more dopamine? Our bodies already produce dopamine. Our body produces cannabinoids. We smoke weed, but our body already produces cannabinoids.
Cannabinoids. Yeah.
So like with Parkinson's, your body stops producing a quantity of the dopamine that would naturally go to your eyes, right? My grandma was in her like assisted living joint, and she would think there'd be little kids in there trying to get chocolate and do different stuff. So there's a whole other reality that my grandma is interfacing with. Maybe as you transition out of this plane, you already
Well,
start.
that's what I was about to say. I was watching this video that was kind of just breaking down like the fifth dimension, the sixth dimension, and they were saying there was like an infinite amount of dimensions. You know what I'm saying? And
I don't
it's
know about infinite amount of dimensions, but if we're talking about at least maybe up to 12 per se,
well, they were saying that yes. So they were saying that it's impossible for us to even know what, like, he was like showing us by like shapes and everything like that. So the shape that would represent like the fifth dimension, he was saying like this isn't even what it actually looks like, because it's impossible for us to perceive that, because we're not in the fifth dimension or whatever the case may be. But he's saying like it's definitely possible for us to be like, it might be people right here, not people, but just whatever right here in the same room with us, in the fifth dimension,
yeah,
just looking at us or whatever.
for sure. And I mean, like,
That's
because
crazy to think about, bro.
because we can't see that, these sorts of conversations, you're automatically put in a box if you're talking about any of this shit.
Mhm.
However, um, the people that are creating our technology at the highest levels are like all about this shit.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You ever heard of DMT?
Yep.
So like motherfuckers smoke DMT and shit, right?
Mhm.
They go to a certain place where they maybe like interact with some sort of being or whatever.
Mm.
There's been different people that have done different DMT trips, and they see maybe like the same person or the same entity in that space. So, like, is there an actual physicality to that other dimension or realm?
Look, man, I'm gonna tell you like this. I think when we dream, we go to a different dimension. And a lot of what you're saying, so like, like lucid dreaming and stuff like that, bro. I'll be trying to communicate with these people with whatever, ask questions for like a time. I was definitely talking to some of these motherfuckers
Have you had multiple lucid dreams?
for sure. Like, because the reason why I started getting more and more control of it is because um there's certain phases when you go to sleep that it happens. But like when you I don't know how I was doing it. I can't put it into words, but like I was just became more and more aware that I'm dreaming. And instead of like immediately waking up, I just would somehow just get control of it and just be like, okay, I'm dreaming. What's happening in this dream?
Yeah.
Like, go ahead.
I think the more that you gain control over your waking life, the more that you're doing what you're supposed to do and you can manifest things in this reality, the more that that would transfer over to possibly being able to have a lucid dream
Right.
experience.
And yeah, and I mean, like, some of the dreams definitely scary as fuck.
Yeah.
But like I'm aware. So like it got to the point where I had to be like, I had like a fucking a saying just to wake up type shit. Like if I didn't want to be in that dream, I just like start saying that shit.
You've seen Inception?
Yeah, yeah,
So
exactly.
they have a totem that they
Exactly.
use in that space or whatever.
To know if they're in a dream or not.
And like if you start looking at like Native American tribes and they got a totem pole.
Right.
There's a whole system of beliefs, a hierarchy of those animals or spirit guides or whatever that they interface or interact with. Um, different other shamans and different other tribes have things that they employ that like help them navigate the dream space or protect against things from the dream. You seen a dream catcher, a Native American?
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Got one over my bed.
and then we look at these people, these, ancient tribes or whatever, and we're like, they're not as advanced as we are, whatever. And it's like, bro, these people have a very intimate understanding of like our reality and this world and how to interface with nature and like.
So I'm just gonna go through the comments real quick. It says all them hard drugs make you trip for sure. It says they turning into zombies, walking living zombies for sure. And it says, so what do you think about the people who really hearing voices in there? I'd be scared to be around all that type of stuff. And that's kind of going back to like, are they really talking to somebody? Are they really hearing stuff?
I think
Like what's that disease? Schizophrenia.
Yeah. I mean, I think that as far as hearing voices, it could be a number of things. Um, we kind
Like,
of.
what would you do if you heard a voice, bro? Have you ever heard anything
Like,
in your life that you can remember?
hearing voices is such a crazy thing, but it's like, do you not have an internal monologue or a dialogue?
But we ain't talking about that, bro. Like we talking about how you hear me talking. You hear like a word, like Jason, or just something like somebody says a random.
This is crazy. Sometimes my mind says to myself, Jason,
no,
get your shit together. How is
but
that
it's
so
internal.
Different? But here's the thing. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's internal. I'm talking about an external voice.
How do you differentiate between the two? I think that some people may have a thought that tells them to do something, and if they have no moral compass or a way to differentiate, it might, something told me to that dude Son of Sam, the killer Son of Sam.
Yeah.
Supposedly like the dog talked to him and told him to like murk somebody. It's like, where the dog told you? You know what I'm
So
saying?
you're saying it might actually what we're thinking could be not internal is actually internal, and we think it's coming from it, possibly.
I think.
Well, have you heard a voice first off?
Again,
that doesn't sound like your internal voice.
We have an internal dialogue.
Are you wanting to say yes? If you have, let's talk about it.
I'm trying to like state this in a way that like makes sense. It's like if I love doing impressions.
Right.
Where does that ability to speak in someone else's voice come from? I learn how they sound and then I can make their voice. Okay. Right. So like if Arnold Schwarzenegger starts speaking in my head,
right,
I already know how to do his voice and can do it externally. I could say Arnold Schwarzenegger told me to hurt somebody. It's like, bitch, you're dumb or you're crazy.
So let me ask you this: we're in this room, right?
Okay.
Let's say we hear, I don't know, a voice down the hall type of shit that just said, I don't know, blue balloon or some shit. Would you think that's internal or would you think that's external?
You said it came from down the hall. It came from somewhere else.
Yeah.
I would probably think that somebody else was in the building or.
But that's what I'm talking about. Have you heard any voices similar to that? Where nobody else was in the building, but it was not.
Never anything to where what was going on in my mind seemed like it was coming from an external place.
There we go. That's all I need to know, man.
Yeah.
Hold on. She said, I be having my own inner thoughts and stuff, but like someone talking beside you and you ask them who they are to, they say, "Oh, I'm hearing voices in my head,"
I mean, like,
which is kind of what you're saying.
um, again, when it comes to that person on the street corner, it's like having that full out dialogue or whatever. Maybe they've lost control of their sphere, you know what I'm saying? Like that governs or protects them. And through certain drugs or whatever, you've now eroded a piece of your brain or a piece of your mind that would keep that energy separate from like interfacing or interacting with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that you should ever, any sane person per se, have that outside influence where it's affecting them to like outwardly be
Weird and shit.
having a conversation or to scare somebody else around you. It's like, what are you allowing in, or what have you allowed in through,
I
having
mean,
drugs
sometimes they just be
eradicate that
talking.
protective. I talk out loud to
Like,
myself,
what if they're talking to somebody in the fifth dimension, a fifth dimension person talking to them?
and it's possible. I mean, okay, so like if you pray,
Right.
a lot of the times that may occur completely within your inner sphere. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You are thinking those thoughts to God or that higher power, your creator, or whatever, and you don't necessarily have to externalize that.
Right.
However, I think that there is a powerful component to speaking certain things
For
into
sure.
existence. Or maybe like if you do feel genuine enough about asking that prayer or whatever, if you speak it, I now think it gives it more power than it would if you just kind of kept it to yourself.
Right.
We are told that the world was spoken into existence, creation was spoken into existence. I was just listening to a podcast on the way over here, and the lady was talking about health and diagnosing health. She was saying that the most important thing that she is going to attribute to somebody when it comes to diagnosing them is what the person speaks about what their condition is or what they're going through.
Mm.
You can consult all the medical textbooks that you want, but the most important thing is how that malady or illness is affecting that person and how they're able to articulate it.
Mm.
Because at some point, I think that what we believe about our own health comes into play. Like, you familiar with the placebo effect?
Yes.
The placebo effect, there's also people who are hypochondriacs. They think they're sick all the time. They actually make that a reality for themselves, I think.
So, well, what about like seeing things? Do you think it's the same? Is that internal, or do you think they're actually seeing shit?
I mean, again, like, with the Parkinson's thing,
Like they can be
if
seeing,
our
but
body already produces dopamine and it like doesn't allow us to see certain things, and then our body stops producing that chemical, now we're able to maybe witness things that we couldn't before. People are taking in ayahuasca, LSD, they'll start to see things. Maybe some of those things that they see are a projection of their own
oh,
mind.
gotcha.
Maybe there isn't a reality to, some of these things. But it could be like an interesting
So, do you
pathway.
believe in spirits
I would, yes.
or
In
other
some,
entities, other things,
yes,
not you,
yes.
that are separate from your mind, not being created from your mind? They're just there, and you know.
I think that there is a reality to other spirits, energies, entities existing
So when
in our reality.
so like like we were talking about the tech guys who, they're going out doing these drugs, or just in general, they're being exposed to these other entities or whatever the case may be. Do you think it could possibly be like an internal, not energy, but idea, feeling, I guess energy, something that's being projected into this form, this entity, if that makes sense?
Like
Or do you think it's actually like a separate type of
like
thing?
them ascribing whatever ideas that they come to, or realizations that they get when
Yeah, and
doing
it's
those
just
drugs.
being projected into a vision or some type of other entity in
Um,
physical form. Or not physical form, but you get what I'm saying? Or do you think they're like actually like my mind is gone and I'm talking to something else? Because that's what they say dreams are. Like, for example, like dreams the stuff that you see in your dreams just represent internal conflict or whatever that's going on, type shit.
Um, I kind of zoned out a little bit because I was looking at the young lady's comment right
Yeah.
here. Um,
So, like as an example, like say I'm dreaming and I'm in a dream where I'm just running. I'm in a dream, I'm running, and beside me is a lion or something like that. And I'm talking to the lion. Like, do you think like that's kind of like what their trips are like? Or do you think like, because what they would say, the lion just represents something that you're feeling and all that type shit.
um, I recently heard somebody say that every symbol has 7 meanings.
Oh shit.
Let's
Okay.
just say that every symbol has more than one meaning.
Okay.
We interface and interact with so many symbols on a daily basis. Um, that means thousands of possibilities of what all those things could mean and what they mean to us. You know what I'm saying? Like, you mentioned seeing like a lion in
Yeah,
your dream or whatever. Like, I think a lion could be positive or negative depending upon how you choose to portray it.
for sure.
So there could be a certain truth to what you saw in that dream, as far as you running and seeing the lion or whatever. But I think that
But
reality is so complicated that there's things that we could not even understand without the use of symbols. So I think that all of these symbols and things that we see around us kind of help us to understand those a little better, but it still takes a lot of like insight and reflection on those symbols and the things that we see and witness every day to kind of get a better understanding of reality.
let me ask you this. Okay. Let's say Jason, let's say you let's say you're at another one of these festivals or whatever the case may be, right? We out in the desert. Let's just say, you wander off or something like that. Definitely on drugs. But let's say you see somebody, just it comes to you as a human figure, okay? But they say, I'm such and such. Let's just say they're God. Let's just say they come to you and be like, I'm God. What ask me anything about anything. What would you ask?
I mean, I've heard that no man has ever seen God. You know what I'm
So
saying? With maybe, maybe like Moses type shit, but it's
not
like,
God, but I'm saying this physical being looks like a human, comes to you and says they're God.
I mean, we're told to test the spirits, you know what
So
I'm
what
saying?
what would you
So
would you ask anything? Would you ask it for anything?
I think
Not like
that
taking or just
the interaction would kind of dictate in what way do they present themselves,
for
how, in
sure.
what context are they there, what do they want, what are they trying to impart or whatever. It's like, if you look at, some of the ideas that the Native Americans had about certain spirits in other cultures, they'll ascribe certain things to like a trickster spirit. So
Mm.
it's like, and I've also heard in some of these experiments with consciousness or whatever, there was this Native American guy. They were doing a experiment with like plasma, and him like maybe like charging plasma to where you interact with it on a certain level or whatever. And this guy the Native American guy was saying that to even like break out of consciousness to experience that next sort of maybe sphere of being or whatever, that you have to get past the trickster spirits first.
Mm.
So you mean to tell me, on a basic level, if you want to like reach the next level of consciousness, you're going to be tested by spirits or entities that want to trick you. You better be very good at navigating what some of those tricks are.
So okay, before we keep going, before we keep going, we let's get to you and this spirit. We don't know whether it's a trickster spirit or whatever case may be, but let's just say they come to you not on some sketchy shit. You don't get weird vibes from them.
Okay.
They come to you in a not scary manner.
Okay.
You get the calm sensation.
Defenses are down.
Yeah,
Somewhat.
somewhat. Yeah, you're still like, oh, you're God, what the fuck type shit.
Did
You're
they,
still
did they
sketchy.
say that?
Yeah, they come to you and say, or they could say God sent me. Let's not say they're God.
Really?
Let's just say God, that God sent me.
Okay.
And he told me to ask you to ask me anything you want to ask. What would you ask? Or would you even continue the conversation? Would you just leave?
They said that they're God.
They said God sent me. They come to you. You're at this festival. You're definitely on drugs, but you're separated from the group. So you don't know if this person is from them or from, like an actual person or, but they look like a human. They look like a human. Nothing extraordinary, but, you don't get weird vibes from them either. But they say, God sent me. He told me to ask you to ask me anything. What you ask?
How's Jesus doing?
That's what you would ask.
First
For real.
question.
I don't see, because I know you be on your comedy shit too. So I don't know if you're like serious or trolling right now.
I mean, for me personally, I think that everything kind of moving forward from just like, um,
Or would you start to freak out?
I mean, that's still the first question because that's going to tell me
How's
why.
Jesus doing?
How's he doing?
Okay.
Because
That's true.
in some form, if you are God and you came here, well, Jesus knows you came too.
Well, let's
Probably
get
kicking it. You was
from
dapping. Hey, yo, I'm gonna go to the earth real quick. I'm gonna holler at Jason.
let's get
Hi,
from
Jesus, I see you a little bit. I
let's
see you a
get
little
from
bit.
he is God. Let's get from this person's God.
Okay.
This entity's God. God sent him though.
Okay.
He says God sent him.
Okay.
But okay, this first question. Let's say he passes that test. What's the next thing you're asking?
So he basically like acknowledges the divinity of Christ.
In some form or other, yes.
Okay, so he checked that box, and I feel a little more
comfortable.
comfortable.
A couple more walls around.
And then I get to ask questions.
Yeah.
I feel like this person or entity wouldn't even come to me unless there was something that he had to relay, or it's not just like, what up, I'm here, you know what I'm saying?
Well, let's just say he comes like that. You don't have to know why he came. He just came to you asking that you can ask me anything.
Man, what is my purpose? What am I doing here? You know what I'm saying?
For
What am I doing wrong? You know what
Oh,
I'm
that's
saying?
the same shit.
Because it's crazy for like the way that like ego and pride works, you know, it's like these same people that are developing some of these technologies, if they think that they're getting some of these ideas from a divine place, it could be. You know what I'm saying? Like technology.
I'll be thinking that shit.
I,
I ain't gonna
I,
lie to
I
you.
love my man's answer, the last dude that you interviewed. I love that I was able to just hear his interview because he was on a level. You know what I'm saying? Like I really enjoyed that. And when you posed the question to him, you know, basically like, or the part of the statement that he finished, it was like technology is, and then he was like, it's really about how hopefully we kind of interact with it in the right way,
Yeah.
moving forward so that it can be something beneficial to
Right.
the people. Because my take on technology is not all bad, but I think about it in other ways that maybe everybody doesn't. Everybody just loves tech and whatever. And it's like,
Right.
this shit is moving
On a very surface level, they think about it.
there's fucking conversations about AI that like are any of us individually being consulted about that? No, the technology is just going to keep moving forward, and it's like I wouldn't even want to listen to a Drake and Ice Spice song anyway. But what are the implications of being able to do all of that? Like, okay, AI is just over here. Well, now let's combine the AI technology with where's our hologram technology at? Because if you can present a hologram to me and it is a person in the desert, it's really just a hologram though. But it's like it appears to you and it's like, I'm God. If it was convincing in every way, it looks real, it's speaking,
Right.
and all of its diction and everything is on point, and it just convinces you that it's a real person, but it's really a hologram. What if it tells you to do something crazy?
That's a fact.
You're taking that at face value that that's reality, and that whatever that
You wouldn't know.
you wouldn't fucking know.
Yeah. And to bring up the same stuff, that's what a lot of people are scared about too, because we got the AI photos and everything like that. So now when people are, let's just say you get wrongly convicted of a crime, now you got this AI. Now they can pull up a photo proof. Oh, you were here. attach your face to it. This guy that did the crime, they have a picture of him, but your face is on it now. Type shit.
I mean, there's a lot of things
So are you
that
scared of AI? The progression of it?
I don't like it.
Do you think there will always have to be at least one person, one human there to aid AI, or do you think it'll eventually become like self-sufficient type of thing?
I mean, humans are definitely programming it at least to get it to where it's at. Um, so I think there will always be the residue of like human involvement in it, and will kind of dictate in what direction that it goes.
Mhm.
But like, I don't know if you ever heard of like, I think Google designed a way for certain operating systems to like communicate with each other.
That's dope.
They started developing their own language,
That's crazy.
and I think they shut it down. You know what I'm saying? If there is a certain reality to energies that we can't see, or that those energies interact or interface with us in some kind of way, um, I think regardless of the human programming that goes in it, that some of those forces may possibly uh, change the
Yeah.
reality of what
Alter it.
gets made or birthed through technology.
So do you think we're real?
Um,
Or are we a
uh,
hologram?
I mean, like you got to look at some of these.
What do you guys think in the chat? Are we real?
You got to look at some of these theories that are being thrown about. You know what I'm saying? Like simulation theory is one of them right now, which basically is saying that like we are holograms or whatever. And it's like with some of these theories, I think that there is a truth
To it.
to some of that. I mean, like, uh, there's a lot of talk about the rainbow people these days. You
Rainbow
know what I'm
people. What's
saying?
that? Oh, you talking about the LGBTQ
Eh,
community? Okay, I thought you meant
I
like
feel
there's
like,
people in the rainbows. What?
yeah. There might be. They're called leprechauns.
Leprechaun.
You know what I'm saying? But I feel like we are rainbow beings. We are mainly made up of water. What happens when light goes through a prism? It creates a spectrum of color.
For sure.
And that spectrum of color is the same every time it's presented because there's a certain density to light. You're
Mhm.
never going to see a rainbow in the sky and the colors are flipped. Those colors are the same way for a reason
Every single
because
time.
that density of light presents itself in the atmosphere structured like that, right? Now look,
Go ahead. I would
um
like to see you on a certain show with a certain somebody.
so
Joe Rogan. Go ahead.
interesting. So a rainbow presents itself with this stack of colors,
Right.
right? It's always going to present itself like that in the sky.
Right.
The chakra system, you familiar with chakras? So supposedly we have an energy center in our body that like is represented by certain colors
Right.
or whatever. That color system is flipped in our body.
Uh, as opposed to the
The
rainbow.
rainbow.
Hmm.
Our eyes
Flip.
flip. That concave. There's interesting things with like film and stuff that I would love to chop it up with you because like there's some very interesting things about film and photography and all that and how it's manipulated. And
So you're saying the rainbows are really the same way that our chakra systems are set up, but we're just seeing it upside down.
we see it like flipped. I
Yeah.
think that there's something
That's dope.
like I've been thinking about this for a while and kind of like trying to figure out how that plays into how we like see and perceive things. But I think there's something there.
For sure.
Um, and so
Final words.
okay, I'll keep going.
Yeah, no, he just totally went from like AI to just talking about beings and
I'm taking over the 24-hour stream. I'm taking over the
we got
24-hour
we got
podcast.
nothing but time. We got
24-hour
nothing but time.
podcast.
Look, we got nothing but time. I hope y'all join us. Final closing words. We're not alone.
Stay vigilant.
We're not alone. All right.
Drum roll, drum roll. We got got people in the chat. We got people on the.
We might have somebody. I don't know.
All right. Well, shout out to whoever's rocking with Mouthin out,
Yeah,
rocking
what
with
we
my
got?
man Adrian.
They'll for sure see this later though. So go ahead.
Okay. Kanye not running for 2024 president.
Yes, Kanye is no longer running for. You're picking like all the ones that I don't have links for. That's crazy. But yes, Kanye had announced that he was going to, he attempted to run before, but it didn't go well, and which kind of was like the precursor to his downfall with his family and everything like that. But and then he announced he's going to run again, but he's no longer running anymore. He said he's going to focus on his family and his music and stuff. How do you feel about that? Do you think he should still attempt to run, or just like everything's not meant for everybody?
I think you said that very, very well. Everything is not for everybody, and even I think the importance of who we, the importance that we attribute to whoever is in office at that level. Like, part of me feels that when you get to that level, and even the things that go on in DC, at a certain level, it has nothing to do with us, or like we can't affect like that level of power or politics in a certain way. It's almost like needing to plug in and engage with our own community. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know who the Charlotte mayor is.
Yeah,
I don't know who some of the people are on city council, even in Concord. But like, those would be the people that you could actually tap in with to make a difference in your own community.
for sure.
And we're looking like all the way to Washington. Man, you can't change certain stuff on some of those levels. You know what I'm saying? Like, the you've heard of like be the change that you want to see in the world, right?
Right.
So it's like, man, there's things that we could do for ourselves that would drastically change our reality.
For sure.
And like, God bless Kanye. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hope that he's able to like
Bounce back like he always does.
focus on his family. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Focus on making that good music or whatever.
Priority.
I think it's interesting when people are like, if an artist makes like a controversial statement or whatever, they'll be like, man, shut up and focus on the music or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, you got to understand that artist's insights into the world and how they view the world allows them to make the music that they make.
Big facts.
So, like, I want to hear what some of these artists have to say.
Kanye?
I think that Kanye has he gets a lot of it right.
Okay.
And there's a lot of it that he's very, very wrong about as well.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? And when you're at that level of power and influence, I think you can be easily swayed by the people in your circle or whatever, because they're not where you're at. You know what I'm saying? They might be salty about their own path in life, or some of the decisions they've made or whatever. So even when they're giving you advice, if you're that celebrity taking that advice from your people, it could be good advice, or they could have the best intentions or whatever. But ultimately, it's for that celebrity or that person of influence to like center themselves and figure out the best part of action.
Desert. Ayahuasca. No, I'm just fucking go visit them entities.
And I'm not completely ruling that out either. I realize that sometimes my stance will be so strong on something that like it's not always necessarily negative or whatever.
Right.
Bro, that celebrity could take all the steps of like, okay, before I do this ayahuasca journey, you know what I'm saying, I need to fast for a couple of days, or like whatever the shamans do.
Yeah.
Maybe they go through all that and they come back and they have some profound insights into themselves or ways that they could help the world. I'm not putting that past anybody, you know what I'm saying, on their own journey or whatever. It's just like other forces within some of these industries or whatever, especially when it comes to money being involved in it, may sometimes be pushing us in a certain direction that gets us off course. So, we got one more. Drum roll. So far, half of these topics I ain't heard nothing about in the news. And I feel like, you did have this link pulled up. Girl gets banned from Tinder.
Oh, watch this. Watch this. Yes, girl gets banned from Tinder for sleeping with 6 guys each night throughout a week. So like 6 guys each night. Um, she went crazy. Let me pull this up for the stream. All right. Woman says she was banned off Tinder after sleeping with 6 different men per night for a week straight.
Like a different guy every night.
6 different guys every night.
What?
Let me see if I can get this shit going. No. Bruh.
Like all different guys?
6 different guys. So like 1 p.m. I slept with a guy. 2 p.m. I slept with a guy. 6 different times.
What?
And then the next day, a different guy. 1 p.m., 2 p.m.
So we're talking like 36
Right.
plus dudes in a week or whatever.
Right. Right. Where's my volume? What the fuck? Oh, okay. You ready?
You said almost all of these guys from Tinder or dating apps.
Tinder or Bumble. I got kicked off. I got perma banned off Tinder. They will not have me back. Eventually, it got to a point where like I was 19 and I got kicked out of my house because I was like bringing over 6 dudes a night. Like it just was never enough.
What? Wait, 6 dudes a night?
For like a consecutive week, yeah.
So 6 times 30?
Well, 6 times 7
Well,
is...
she said, wait, 6 times, well, I'm thinking a week, Monday through
Oh,
Friday.
no. Weekends were my rally days. What do you mean?
Oh, would you slot them in like 7 p.m., 8 p.m.,
Yeah.
9 p.m., 10 p.m.?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
And then I would even, oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'd say I would even like have like my backup guys to where it was like, if this guy didn't come tonight, then I would invite this guy.
Are you using protection?
No.
No?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay. And you were meeting, you said almost all of these guys from Tinder or dating apps.
Tinder or Bumble. I got kicked off. I got perma banned off Tinder. They will not have.
What do you think about that?
Wow. A lot.
Do you think Tinder should be able to ban somebody because of how frequently they're having sex with whoever?
Ah, man, like it's crazy when you start getting into, censorship ban stuff, because for that outlier case, for that crazy case or whatever, it seems like maybe that should be in order, like we should do that or whatever. But then it kind of opens the door for being able to do that to other people for other reasons.
Right.
So it's like, okay, the average chick ain't going as hard as her, but
We
then
all
at some
know.
point,
Yeah, the average one, yeah.
yeah, the average chick ain't going that hard. You know what I'm saying? She's breaking
36 all raw.
She's the Usain Bolt of fucking Cinder.
Crazy. 19.
I mean, like, and that's crazy. She's that young, utilizing that app in that way. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if she's doing it and just looks at like, there's nothing wrong with that, or like I might as well, or the technology allows me to do that, I think other people going forward could
view it the same way.
use it in the same way, but then like, there could be something not as grave as that happening within the Tinder sphere, and you got to have some control over. I'm sure there's certain security measures and things that they have in place. Like if somebody was a rapist or whatever, I'm sure that they would maybe not even allow them to have a profile. Hopefully, what I'm saying, if there's certain info that just makes it would be a risk to allow this person to like get into the community or whatever.
Right. We fuck shit up.
We put certain parameters on certain things to protect others or whatever. And I think certain companies should put certain things in place, depending upon what your business is, to protect people. Bouncers have, or nightclubs have a bouncer. You know what I'm saying? That's something that you do for your company to protect your patrons.
Right.
So, I mean, like, I don't know, man. She definitely is like going fucking hard with the shit.
Uh,
At the same time, though, it's like, you know,
should she be banned? If you're Tinder, are you banning her from using that?
I guess the guys.
Because of how hard she's going.
I guess all the guys thought it was a win. I mean,
For damn sure.
most guys just want pussy. They don't care.
But going back to what you just said, to avoid other people viewing this as an okay type of thing, we want to get her off the platform.
I mean,
or is that like killing some type of
freedom?
Yeah.
Damn, it's a tough one, man.
You're Tinder. Are you getting rid of her? Yes or no?
I mean, like,
yes or no, then you can go in. Are we getting rid of the bitch?
no.
No? Okay.
Can I say why?
Why? Go ahead.
In taking that stance, Tinder is, you could say that there's a moral component
Okay.
to what they do. But in general, with the format that they allow everybody to like interact with, it increases hookup culture.
For sure.
So like, is there anything in anything that they do that would discourage people from just being a fucking dirty slut?
Yeah.
Is there anything that Tinder is about? You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be they have some other sort of program.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, where they sort of help people figure out healthy relationship practices or whatever.
Right.
Or like, and it's weird too when you like team up certain industries. Maybe there's a good intention to it, but like,
people will find ways to just
if you're not
abuse that shit.
Exactly. And if you don't realize all the different ways in which things can go wrong, it could be hurtful to people. Like, have you heard of the whole like virtual counseling or virtual therapy phenomenon?
Maybe. Go ahead.
They got stuff like BetterHelp and different sites.
Just like therapy, but just virtually, right?
Yeah, like through Zoom or whatever, right? Like, if you start looking into certain stuff that goes on with like even that industry, sometimes some of those sites or companies, it's like a pill mill. Like, you get to talk to somebody real quick, and very quickly they can like shuffle you towards being able to get on some sort of medication or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So like, are you really providing effective therapy for the person, or is the system set up in a way where like you just want to get everybody on meds?
Damn.
A lot of the therapists that are involved with some of those companies, they contract out the therapists, right? So a lot of them don't get paid what they should to be giving these people quality therapy.
Right.
And then those companies also
probably incentivize them.
Sell off a lot of data.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So it's like, I was going to say, if Tinder was to legitimately, not the bullshit of everything that's going on in this industry, the therapy, the counseling or whatever, but it's just like, if you're slutting yourself out at a certain level, that's not good for your mental or physical health.
Hell no.
So are y'all taking a moral stance for this chick where y'all really care about her?
And she's doing it raw.
And she's going raw.
So like HIV, STD, damn.
It's just like, if all of a sudden Tinder wants to take a moral stance,
they got to do it for everybody.
They got to do a bunch of other things within their service to let people know you don't want to be slutting yourself out, especially at that age. Sure. You like, don't have a raggedy roast beef pussy by the time. You know what I'm saying?
Like a little notice, or like, you know how like a little warnings on or something like that.
Something. I mean, like, and then I think that just in general, you lose out on a lot of what we're supposed to experience as human beings when you just transfer everything over to digital stuff. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like Tinder, any sort of relationship sites that do stuff like that, you know, instead of it all being tech based, damn, what if there was a component in the real world? hey, Chicago, hey, this market, we're hitting your city, and we're like running seminars and programs where we're helping people to cultivate healthy relationships and shit, man. That's what you need to
That's what they
have.
need to be doing.
Yeah.
Instead of banning bitches, ban them, but then, oh wait, no, don't ban them, but educate everybody. I'm with you.
Tinder's like, all you raggedy roast beef bitches,
Get off
we're
our
coming for.
Move to the side. Hey, let's hit it again. Last one. Hopefully it's a good one.
Drum roll. Here we go. Smart gun. Hit him with the smart gun.
So I do have a link for this also. Have you heard anything about this?
Nope.
Nope. Okay, so we're gonna watch the video and then we're just gonna go.
All right.
Okay. So basically, there's a smart gun that they just released for $1,500, and it's basically like facial recognition and everything in order to be able to use it or something like that. Smart gun with facial recognition and fingerprint unlocking system hits the market. What do you think about it? What do you think about it? Is that good? I think
it's almost
I
like
think it's good, right?
so it's got like a camera on it.
I'm imagining so. I don't know how.
You are not authorized to kill this person.
I mean, yeah, I guess so. Just like your phone, you're not authorized to use the phone, but I mean, it would make sense because they're getting rid of all of these gun laws, or not getting rid of them, but just allowing people to carry concealed weapons and all this stuff without permits and stuff like that. So now, if you have a gun that's only to you, then
I see what you're saying. It's more of like you're the only one that can unlock being able to
and
use
be
the
able to
gun.
use. So if I steal your gun, or if this gun is used in a crime or anything like that,
That's a lot more interesting than what I thought it was saying. Like this, it's got that little joint on the muzzle or whatever.
yeah.
I was thinking like, let's say you point the gun at somebody, it's like facial recognition
Oh,
of the person you're about to shoot, and then you're like, you're not authorized to shoot this person. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no,
And then it's like
yeah.
you end up getting killed because like the gun doesn't give you permission to like shoot somebody or whatever. But
yeah, to use it, just like your
that's
phone.
actually not bad.
Right.
I mean, at the same time,
More
though, it's
control.
like you ever went to like hit the thumb pad unlock on your phone and it doesn't read it, and you got to like do it.
So I don't use none of that. I mean, even though they still are getting my thumbprint and looking at my face, I don't use none of that shit. But I get what you're saying.
I wasn't super excited about the thumbprint joint, but like, my joint is coded to my thumbprint. So like I usually do that.
Yeah.
But then like the iPad wanted me to set up the facial recognition. So it's like recognizing you. I haven't enabled any of the facial recognition on my joints.
Yeah.
But like, with the fingerprint shit.
So that's good though, because like I can't, let's just say you have a significant amount of valuable designs only on your iPad. I cannot get to that
to a certain
right
point or whatever. But it's like there'll be times where like I try to unlock my phone with my thumbprint and it doesn't read the first time, so I'm trying to like do it a couple of times. Can you imagine being in a life or death situation where you like pull the gun out
and it doesn't work
and it's not reading properly and you end up getting murked because it's like,
or what if like your thumbprint changes, like it could get burnt off or just any type of thing, like then what? I guess you get a new gun or whatever, but ultimately it's good.
I think we may be moving in the right direction, kind of, sort of. But then again, it's like, you can say the technology isn't necessarily good or bad. It's the consciousness behind the design, or how people choose to use the technology. And I think that sometimes when you have all these checks and balances in place with certain technologies, that people can use that to their advantage as well.
Let's do one more. That one's pretty quick. Let me know if you guys agree.
Drum roll. This is a do-over right here. It's the AI voice recreation. It's a repeater.
Oh, what was that?
AI voice recreation.
I put that in twice.
Yeah.
Oh,
Are
I
you
put
putting
him back
it
in
back?
here. I thought that was gonna be the last one. Choose again. I was like, damn, I fucked up. That might be the same twice. Same one too. Damn.
Whoa, Vicky calling out Lil Nas X for not being gay.
Yes. I'm gonna let you watch the video.
I've heard of the accusations or whatever. I mean, I don't need to really see the video.
It's just not, how can you properly comment on it without seeing the video?
I mean, for the chat or whatever. If you,
I got to show the video, but go ahead.
That's...
But so you know what's going on. Whoa, Vicky was basically on this podcast, and she basically said she went to school with some friends that said basically Nas X ain't gay. That's basically ultimately what it's boiled down to. And I'm gonna just show y'all the video real quick, and then let me know what y'all think, and then we can get into like industry selling your soul type shit. All right. So that, been lying about being gay. Who gives a fuck? Okay, boom. Here we go.
Doing is because like they told him like you gotta do this now if you want.
So you feel like he not really gay?
I feel like ain't nobody really gay in Jesus' name, amen. It's getting popularity, getting you money, getting you views. So it's like selling yourself. Like you do this, you going with whoop.
So what do you think of the music and the entertainment
basically
industry?
Like it's just demonic.
All right. What you thinking? First, you know who Lil Nas X is, right? Do you think he's gay or not?
I mean,
from your perspective, I know it's not your place because you don't really know him, so you wouldn't know anyways. But just from what you see,
I mean, I think she hits on some interesting things with
Right.
at that industry level. It's like,
like if somebody basically, if somebody was to come to you and be like, "Hey, I give you $1 billion if you just go do some gay ass shit,"
a lot
for
of
the world,
a lot of people would compromise maybe where they stand on certain things, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to that amount of money.
And yeah, and he was doing all that weird shit, like the music videos with the Satan and all that other bullshit. That's just crazy.
I mean, like, I was talking about symbolism earlier,
Mm-hmm.
and we see all these symbols and stuff around us all the time. And there's a lot of industry music videos that have a lot of these symbols and symbolism in there. It's a recurring theme. Why do y'all incorporate these symbols and things into your music and into your videos? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like at some point, as an artist, you don't have creative control over your imagery anymore. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Lil Nas X was like, I want to twerk on the devil or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure somebody else was like, hey, this is going to be hot. We want you to do this. And you're in a contract at that point. And when they say jump, you say how high type shit,
And then would you compromise? Not even on some like gay shit, but just like
I mean, like we have a stance on where we're at the time on certain things. You know what I'm saying? Somebody in a happy marriage might say, I would never cheat on my wife.
$1 billion.
Well, not even just throwing the money into it. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? 10 years down the road, you have a kid. Your job is stressing you out. Your wife doesn't love you or give you the same attention that she used to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You still love her, but things are different 10 years down the road or whatever.
Right.
So maybe you meet an amazing person and initially you're just like, I wouldn't fuck them, but like, damn, this woman is amazing. and your wife says that one thing, you're like, man, I'm gonna hit shorty up and just take her out. I want to get my mind off of this shit is so crazy. You know what I'm saying? And then you have a blast, and it's like,
So basically, never say never.
I mean, I think that, possibly sometimes we can speak things into existence, or possibly even like reinforce, whatever our belief is. We can put our foot down on certain things and say, I would never do that.
Right.
And you believe that to such a point in your being to where like you establish that reality. I will never, fuck over my people or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And that's 100%. I put my foot down now. I would never, ever do that.
But until the situation actually occurs and you see
So-
what's actually happened, you can't.
So with some of these Hollywood contracts or industry contracts or whatever,
Right.
the language is so convoluted.
Right.
If you don't have a lawyer or somebody that has your best interest in mind when you're navigating through some of these contracts, I think that unknowingly you could possibly agree to certain things that would now start dividing your energy or your focus. You didn't even realize you agreed to this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it could be something as simple as like doing back-to-back shows every night. You got to rest. You got to recharge as an
Definitely.
artist.
They don't care. They just want them dollar
It's
bills.
about the bread. You
Dollar
know what I'm
bills.
saying? So now it's like, oh, you agreed to perform on a tour every night back to back for a month with no rest. You're hitting different cities. You're partying a little bit. Now you're breaking down your defenses and shit like that.
Elvis Presley. But go ahead.
And like now you may act out in a way that you didn't even expect. You know what I'm saying? Like at a certain point, as guys, we're like, dude, if I could just have money and bitches. Well, guess what, man?
First you get the money, then you get the power. Go ahead.
It's like, if a dude has plenty of
If you ain't getting
chicks,
bitches before, goddamn. No, I'm kidding.
if a dude gets plenty of chicks, you're the man.
Right.
The chick on Tinder, she should be the coolest one out there, right? She's doing it.
That's
She's
different.
working the system.
That's different. You want to know why it's different? For all you feminists and double standard people, you know why it's different, bro?
I need you to tell me. I need
It's
you to explain it.
different
I didn't know where I was
because
going with that. I need you to tell me.
the guys are giving and the girls are taking, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay. Now it's all clear to me.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, it's
You
different.
ever heard of giving too much of yourself?
No, go ahead.
You've heard that before.
Oh, yeah. But yes, like to someone else, yes.
Yeah. So as a guy, you're giving. You're a giver, right? I love
But-
all these women. I want to.
I mean, I wouldn't. Go ahead.
At some point, I think you can overextend yourself.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? I seen a video of a chick like, I make my man come 6 times a day or whatever. When he wakes up in the morning, I drain his balls. I go to his job. On his break, I drain his balls. You know what I'm saying? This bitch is like, I want to make my man come 6 times a day, right? Nutting is not the ultimate.
For sure.
Did you know that a man can have multiple orgasms?
Yeah.
That means no ejaculation.
Mm-hmm.
There's a difference between ejaculating and having an orgasm.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You could actually not come
And still have an orgasm.
and have an orgasm, and then because you didn't come, you could maybe service your lady multiple times, and you still got your stamina up, and you're giving her orgasms.
Right.
The orgasm itself is to create life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Or the coming.
coming.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, the ejaculation. Thank you. So it's like, how many kids are you really trying to have? You know what I'm saying? The goal shouldn't be to have hundreds and hundreds of bitches. If you are nutting every time you're fucking, you're losing your energy. You're
For
draining
sure.
your energy.
For
You're
sure.
dividing yourself among these women.
Practice
and
semen retention, guys.
you can't keep all of them satisfied.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so
Yes, we're the slut makers. You guys are the sluts. Yes.
at some point, if you are having sex every night, you know
Okay.
what I'm saying? If you're at the top of the game in the industry as a musician or artist or actor or businessman or
Porn
whatever,
star.
porn star. You're fucking every night. You're the man. You got mad bitches. Sex isn't a problem. At some point, that gets boring.
Yeah, for sure. Get tired
You
of
want to throw a little wiener in there. You know what I'm saying?
it. Nah.
What
I get what you're saying.
I'm telling you is that this shit gets out of control. It gets away from you.
Yeah.
And you need to up the thrill. You need to up the ante.
Just like drugs. I got
Maybe
you.
you don't go straight to the wiener, but you throw a little bondage in there or something. Next thing you know, you're doing some fucking wild shit. And it's like, well, maybe I do throw a little wiener in. You know what I'm saying?
So make sure you guys tune in later. We are going to have, the dominatrix come in and kind of explain her lifestyle a little bit. So definitely tap in and, so we can hear her story or whatever. Go ahead.
I mean, just like, old girl was like, she knew people from when Lil Nas X was in school and he wasn't like that or whatever. Right. Well, you're in a whole new sphere of influence now. And there's different expectations of you depending upon what you've agreed to, either knowingly or unknowingly. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but like, man, from Old Town Road to his next 3 songs was just like a complete flip.
I've heard
that shit's crazy.
I've heard that there was innuendo baked into Old Town Road.
What's innuendo? Like verbiage or just symbolism?
Like a way of being perverted with language. Like if you send a girl an eggplant emoji, that's basically innuendo.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like, with the Old Town Road shit, it was like getting, I don't know what the fucking word, I don't know.
Gonna take my horse to the Old Town Road. I'm gonna ride. Oh, okay.
I don't know how far you want to take it.
What's good? Yeah, we good.
You could say that
right till we can't no more. Dang.
He has some more gay shit.
Yes. Okay. That makes sense.
And then like, let's say that there was innuendo baked into that track. Mm-hmm. Let's say you could hit that pause button real hard when it comes to that track on a certain level.
Pause.
My man was going out and performing that to kids.
That's what I'm saying, man. But I mean, even if it was some innuendo or whatever, but just like that, like
even let's say
the basicness of that, and then to giving Satan lap dance and then music video with 10 dudes half naked type shit. That's crazy.
Some behind the scenes industry shit. Let's say that there's no morals or no fucks given in the industry when it comes to like what sort of influence you're putting out there to kids, or you want to corrupt the youth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's in your best benefit.
Let's say Old Town Road was a strictly on the up and up song, and it was just a country song. It's a positive joint. Go tour all the elementaries or whatever and perform that song for the kids. Beautiful thing. Now you've made fans.
All children. Yep.
Hard pivot with those next couple of songs where the kids like this artist.
So
now they're witnessing all the fuck shit.
Yeah.
This is something that happens over and over with Disney stars. They get to watch their favorite celebrity grow up, and then they watch them go off the fucking rails.
Right.
Miley, a lot of these other, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a corrupting influence on the kids to an extent. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. That's like different sort of like warfare. It's kind of like
that's very interesting. You use that word.
Mental,
warfare,
yeah,
spiritual
exactly.
warfare.
There we go. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I mean, and like, let's take it away from
like TikTok and shit.
Exactly. Let's take it away from the music industry for a second. A lot of the tech platforms have algorithms built into them, right? So there was a certain algorithm that Facebook was employing for certain business pages to help sell or market certain things on Facebook. So they were trying to get folks to fly out to Vegas for a particular package. And the algorithm kind of figured out that the people that were most likely to buy those tickets to Vegas were like spiraling into depression or had like something going on with their mortgage or whatever the fuck
They
it
had
was.
these characteristics, and
The algorithm figured it out. And you're now selling something to a person who really needs to like buckle down and focus or get help or do something. And you're repackaging that and marketing it as go to Vegas,
damn.
go fucking spend money you don't got. Eventually spiral yourself further into depression or whatever. I don't know. Maybe Vegas helps you out. Maybe you go get a much needed trip or whatever. But it's just like the algorithm figured out how to manipulate those people for the sake of money. And fuck it. It's like already an
I
equation.
mean, but it's kind of like, you know, when we talk about selling or just, you know, knowing how to sell, and then like,
you're manipulating to some extent.
what I'm saying is kind of like, so it's a numbers game at the end of the day. So if I am the algorithm or, you know, the ad or whatever, if I see that these type of people that I'm getting, that I'm getting more sales with these type of people or people that have these things, then I'm going to keep selling to them. It's like, even if it's not like, you know, they're depressed or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like within super big industries, they get big enough where they figure out how to manipulate their base to continue to ramp up those sales. Look at big tobacco. Man, them motherfuckers were playing damn hide and seek with all the information forever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they started spraying the tobacco with chemicals and do certain things to make it more addictive.
For sure.
You know, it's like all of these industries do this shit. All of them.
For sure.
They figure out how to manipulate the game. And if it means taking advantage of some people,
Yeah, we're gonna kill the founder cash apps to keep control. Right. I get you. That's, you know, I was being sarcastic, but like for real, for real. You know, that's how it goes. He's like, no words. Hey. So look, man. Did you get to draw anything like in that
did.
time? I kind of just pulled you away
no,
from
no,
it.
no, you're cool. I mean, like,
Because
and
that was like a good 45 minutes, 20, 30 minutes.
maybe 20 to 30 minutes of sketching.
Let's see what you got done.
Man, I fucking
Okay.
still way off. Like,
Why you say it's way off?
because I've kind of realized with my style, like I'll try to do a quick version of like getting the detail, but then it's all about the fine tuning, like going back through and like doing small manipulations to like really capture the likeness.
But this shit is hard though. Like this is some shit I would see like in a museum type shit. Your style, you know what I'm
And
saying?
I started like, so maybe if I was doing a little bit different, like color combo, I could have maybe worked a little faster. But
That's
I recently
crazy. You did that on the tablet.
I recently just started doing like I was watching a dude on YouTube talk about how to blend and layer up colors. So like I've been doing faint layers of color and building them up, and I'm still not very good with this style and how to like put the layers in properly so you can see like it's lighter under your nose and stuff like that. I meant to do that on a different layer, but I'll be like doing shortcuts and cheating because I'm still trying to figure it out.
Right.
So like if I had done it maybe on like a different layer, I could have blended those light areas in better. But like
I mean,
this whole style is new to me. So like I haven't been doing a lot of that blending like that. This dude is the first time where I've like
damn. How long did that take? I know that
I'm
took
not
a while.
I'm not sure.
I know that took a while, bro.
But like I got blues and greens and reds in his face, and then I blended them all to get that look. And so I was trying to do a similar thing with your
In here, are you able to switch from whether I wanted to, I guess, look like a pen, what a pen would give you versus a pencil?
Yeah, they got
versus a
all
brush?
kinds of like ink,
Oh,
paintbrush, calligraphy joint, spray paint. So there's all different
fire.
kinds of they call them brushes that you can use that simulate what that particular tool would look like.
That's fire.
Yeah. So yeah, man, I hope to have got a little more accomplished, and I probably
Nah, I mean, that's cool.
I probably could stick around for a little while, but I do have a I don't know how well y'all can see that. It's still a work in progress there. But I do have a meeting at 4:30, so I think I need to dip out. Yeah, I was gonna try to keep at it even after my little interview portion or whatever.
Yeah, man. We got into it, man. Them topics.
We definitely did, man.
I'll be clipping some of this and posting you and tagging it. So
okay.
All right. Where can they find you? Where can they find your music? Where can they find your artwork?
So my new 5-song project, Frank Lloyd Wright, is out now and it's on all digital platforms. Frank space Lloyd LLOYD space Wright WRITE is the project. Iltac is my MC name.
Iltac.
So you can find.
I want to get your opinion on something too after you're done.
All right. So Iltac on all platforms. My Spotify shit's a little janky. I got like ultra or just like other accounts for some projects I've been posting and shit, but I do have a lot of stuff on Spotify, Apple Music, all the platforms. You can look up Iltac.
Iltac. Spell it.
ILL space TAC. Follow me at IlTacMC, all one word, on Instagram. And if you want to see any of my visual art, I have a page at J.Payne Creative.
And that's Payne with
PAYNE.
Yep.
J.Payne Creative, all one word.
J, just the letter, not J-Y.
Letter J, PAYNE Creative. I do murals. I do graphic work. I'll hand paint T-shirts. If you need an album cover, if you need a mural on your studio wall,
right?
Custom canvas, all of that. You know what I'm saying? At J.Payne Creative on Instagram.
J.Payne Creative.
Yup.
It is 4 p.m. So before you go, I want to see if we can give away something. Well, no, you gotta go, right? You gotta go. You gotta go. Yeah.
Yeah. You got any Mouthin Out specific gear?
No. I just got like random tech shit.
So
I should.
I do need to bail,
Okay.
but I will say, make sure y'all follow, Mouthin Out if you aren't already. My man is out here moving and shaking. He's dedicated.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
in
So
different markets.
This very quickly, this is what I wanted your opinion on. So you know how we're doing this 24-hour live stream, right?
Yep.
Okay. And it's basically kind of catered towards like podcast and interview, right? So what I was thinking of doing was doing a 24-hour freestyle booth.
That's awesome.
And so we'll have a booth dedicated. I'm kind of looking, there's a studio in Uptown. It'll be open 24/7, pre-registered artists. They come through all day. We'll be live set up like this, but there'll be a separate booth. They go in, go ham.
What's the world record?
What you mean?
Longest
freestyle, I don't know. We're going to try to fit as many people in as possible. But,
I done told you about the Cypher homies,
yes,
right?
Yes.
So like I know at one point they broke a world record for longest running Cypher.
Really?
Yeah, but I was gonna say
for people in general.
Yeah, just like going
not like one person.
Yeah, just people in general. So like
we can break that shit.
I mean, the 24-hour joint is just dope in and of itself.
Right.
And I'm sure maybe some of the Cypher homies would be interested in popping into.
Yeah, I want to talk to you about that too. Like if you can connect me with them or anything like that, definitely would love to get them involved because they're one of the first people I thought of. Like, damn, because essentially, it'd be 24 hours, but I want people to come in and like host a certain portion of it.
Hey, y'all follow at CypherU on Instagram and probably Twitter as well. Cypher University out of Raleigh, North Carolina, NC State. They've been holding the Cypher down every Monday for over a decade, man. These guys are out there, a bunch of talented MCs. So if you were going to do something like that, it would be definitely dope to have some of the Cypher U heads out there.
I think it's a good idea, though.
For sure. That's
okay,
dope.
Cool. Yeah. That's what we're doing. Cool, May the 6th, maybe.
Word. I appreciate you, man.
All right, bro. Yeah, you got to get out here. Let me walk you down.
Peace, y'all.
Want anything?